Hey. I removed everything from the stream and then realized I was not part of the stream. Welcome to the happy hour. Monk will be back next week, by the way. He had a family engagement. Before I get to the picks, thank you guys for tuning in. I see a few of you live, the loyalists. Thank you so much. Little real talk before I start the show and get to the picks. This will be quick today. I needed a week off last week, mental reasons. I just needed a break, and I want to just give you guys a little example as to why. Some of you people that watch the show and talk to me on the regular, on YouTube, on Twitter, know just the Rob you see here is the Rob you get like all the time. So months and months ago, we had some robbers in the neighborhood, and despite what my parents told me I should do, I decided to confront these three burglars going after my girlfriend's car. And my girlfriend agrees with me because she got right the fuck out of bed and decided, let's get the fucking cops involved. Let's attack these bitches. Let's fucking go. So when things escalate with the cops, there are months and months of court, and it's annoying and it's exhausting. And there's a lot more about this that I maybe legally can't talk about right now, and I won't. But all I have to say is when you have break-ins and robberies and your home life feels like it's not safe anymore and the months and months go on, it fucks with your head. So just letting you guys know, that's kind of somewhat I've been dealing with right now with myself and my lady. We are safe. We are sound. We are winning. And just letting you guys know, always be alert, protect yourselves, and like never know what's going to happen. So all that being said, out of the way, you're not here for all that fucking shit. You're here to learn what the best picks are. And now, and with Monk out, I am happy to handle the DFS side of things tonight. I don't know if you guys know this. I am very underrated at DFS. I am somebody who is in 6th place in Gordo's competition, and we are going to hit the betting and the DFS sides of things. But first, let's take a look at who is in chat. We got Jenna Marie. She is wonderful. We got WizBets. If you haven't subscribed to WizBets' channel, please do so. He's putting out great content, interviewing people, doing quick UFC bets. And then he does a lot of other shows with me. So, like, I have a vested interest. We got Raw Torque, who, once again, there you go. Word up, ladies. I'm disappointed when he doesn't say it. We got my dude, Sean V. Love this guy. Dix Insider, thanks for coming in. Donald E. Jazz, who wrote me last week and was worried that we didn't do the show. Thank you so much, Donald, for checking up. Oi! Yes! Oh, I'm in the wrong account. Sorry. We got Mushroom MMA. The guy who has stolen the crown of me being the Philly guy. Please go check out Mushroom's content. He did his second fight breakdown this weekend. Great dude. I can vouch. Great guy. Doing good work in the space. Is Monk like legit? So, yes. So last week, I was the one that needed the mental break. This week, he literally has a conflict with, like, he's hanging out with his mom. Like, no joke. Like, thought his mom was coming in next week. It's this week. Like, Monk is great. He will be back. Patrick Roy, a guy I was talking to earlier today. What is up, my dude? Philly Dilly. Philly guys? Guys is? I'm one Philly guy. That's all I can tell you. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it on your happy hour. I will be on Brady's show at 7:15 doing the best. No, he is. Well, anybody's got to hang out. I got it. But, like, in all fairness, my dad, if I can tell you guys, my dad, this Wednesday, my dad is going to be 82 at the end of March. He retired Wednesday. He sold his practice, his dentist, which means he is an evil, evil son of a bitch. Horrible man to be a dentist. But my dad has retired. They sold their practice. It's official. And so yeah, that's crazy. And no, Monk literally is like, it's not available. But I will tell you this right now. If Monk is not available next week, I will film me like murdering his sorry ass. No, Monk will be back next week. And as we start off, I have something I'm going to do during the Bo Nickel fight, and I'll explain that as we go along. But you guys aren't here for that. Let's get to the picks. Let's get to the DFS side. I got both tonight. Let's start. We're going to call him Loic. I'm not trying this crap. Again, Loic against Esteban Ribovics. From a betting perspective, this is dog or pass for me. Loic is taking this fight on short notice. But if you put the pieces of the puzzle together, we got Cage my IQ here. Good day, Lou. By the way, I am a professional wrestling fan. Cage my IQ is a pro wrestling fan. We have WrestleMania coming up. He doesn't just do MMA stuff on his channel. A lot of cool pro wrestling stuff. Like, if you guys are into it, and I am, he does really cool analysis. AEW, WWE. Go check him out. He does really cool stuff. I'll probably do WrestleMania stuff on this channel. Cage, maybe we'll do a WrestleMania thing. Like, I'm, for people that can bet it on Bovada. Did he laugh? Yeah, he's a fucking psychopath, dude. Of course he did. Like, maniacally, yes. I am Wiz. I'm Wiz's guy. All right, let's get to the picks. So, look, I feel like we just saw this fight. Not the exact configuration, but we just got this with Prado and Malarkey. And I told every goddamn human being out there, do not bet Malarkey by decision. Don't bet the under. One of my big trademarks this year is like when I'm configuring like what I'm doing wrong betting is in betting against these guys who are undefeated on the regional scene because we don't know how they respond to adversity. Like, now, Malarkey wasn't great, but he did what he had to do to win a decision. Prado hung in there at least. Very weird fight. But there's some vibes here. I know it's stylistically different, but there's some vibes here. Ribovics, his regional tape would tell you he's first round or bust, but he's got some skills. He's a way more skilled fighter than Prado. And Radzhabov, yeah, he's short notice, but he was training for the Tough Enough house. I know they say he wasn't one of these guys that got, ousted because Conor got his guys. But as Norm Macdonald would say, allegedly, but also really. He's a decisionator. He's a grappling guy. If you have to bet this fight, Loic decision seems pretty smart. If you're on the Ribovic side, I know Radzhabov's never been finished, but like if you're on the Ribovic side, take him first round finish. I have no action on this fight. And from a DFS perspective, I hate this both ways. I think Loic at that 9K range, there's way better people you can get on this card that are going to get you more points than him. And Ribovic at 7,200, I'm going to pull up the DraftKings salaries, but he's first rounder bust against a dude who's never been finished. So I don't know. I don't like this for DraftKings at all. I don't know what you guys in the chat have to say. Let's see what you guys have to say about this fight. Dixon says, I hope Loic wins. I think he wins a very, I think he wins a very boring decision. And when I say boring decision, if you have him to win, you love that he's going to get a takedown in the third round and just do nothing. He got the tall genius somewhere else. Wiz, you're not like 6'5". Fuck off, dude. Cody going to win at Mania? Yeah, well, I mean, he shouldn't. But maybe Cage and I will talk about that. I don't know that Cody should. I could make a very good case for I'm glad that Sammy didn't win. I think the time wasn't right. We'll get to that in a second. Dan Goldstein, my guy, Dan Goldstein, who had a free pass here to say whatever nonsense he wanted, and then he got a job. He got a gerb. And the milkman is always the worst. Aaron the dog, I'm here to troll. By the way, I do work with Aaron every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on his channel. Him, myself, just my 2 cents. We had Norton MMA. His name is Lewis. I'm making him change his goddamn name. It just got way too confusing for Aaron. Go literally go subscribe to Aaron's channel right now. Sharp dude, does Bellator, does PFL, does like bum fighting. If there's a card, Aaron will cap it and cover it. One of the nicer people in the space. And more importantly, like me, tolerates nobody's foolishness. Love this dude. Good friend of mine. Please go follow Aaron. Like, greatest content you will find. And I work with him, so I have, a hidden interest there too. I like Loic. Slavic, also his name. Like, yeah, like, I mean, like, people are calling him Loki. Like, he's not Loki. Too high a price. Yeah, I mean, I'm off this fight completely betting on Roufus. We don't know if, but yeah, that's a jabroni thing. Wiz is a liar. 6'3". He's fucking. If he's 6'3", I'm fucking 32 years old. This fucking jabroni. Boo, boys. Boo. You know what? I was gonna do the Iron Sheik shit later. No, I'll wait. Like you guys said, I assume this meant Loic. Mushroom's been drinking as much as I have. Yeah, that's a good look. That's third round. I'm a common jobber. Oh, you're not. Are you Coco Beware? Are you the Coco Beware of this piece? Eagles, 1985. What's up, fam? One of my favorite people in the space. Yeah, guys, check out Aaron's shit, dude. The guy's awesome. Gunter. Well, oh man, hey man, we'll get to that. We'll talk about that at some other time, dude. I have a lot of thoughts about like Love and Gunter. All right, next fight, Farid Basharat against Damon Blackshear. I'll keep this one very simple too. I have a bet in a round robin. Farid round 3 decision or over 1.5 rounds. Same game parlay I made on DraftKings -165. I think Farid has him covered everywhere. This line is bonkers, and this line is what it is, solely based on nothing to do with Farid. This line is based on what Blackshear looked like in the third round against Zalal, which is unfair. He won the first 2 rounds on short notice against Zalal, who, whatever you think of him, he's UFC caliber. He is what he is. He's limited and good. And look, nobody gives Zalal credit for like fighting with a sense of urgency. We as gamblers, like, how do you not fucking love that? So you love a guy that fights with urgency, and Zalal came out and said, "Fuck this! I'm trying to get this guy out of here." Like, Blackshear again took the fight on short notice, gas in the third round. If you look at Blackshear's regional tape, he's not a gasser traditionally. I just think Basharat's better everywhere, but at -490. I don't want any part of this. Like, and if you've watched me or any of my shows, I don't bet shit like this. I don't bet lines like this ever. So I have no best of first 2 fights. And more importantly, I have no DraftKings interest the first 2 fights. I see nobody in the chat cares about this fight. Perfect. Let's move on. Jessica Penn and Tabitha Ricci. We're going to go 3 fights in a row I have no bets on. I had a bet on Ricci at -195 the last time this was scheduled. And then obviously, like, this is one of these fights where the bookmakers saw what happened and the lines got steamed. If you want to take Ricci at -300, that good for you. I'm never betting this fight there. If anything, I'm betting the dog. And I don't know how Penn consistently stops takedowns here. Penn would have to stop takedowns 2 out of 3 rounds. I know Ricci's arms are short, but she aggressively goes for takedowns. At least we know what she's going to do. And it's dog or pass for me betting wise. I think Ricci rolls. I do think Ricci is a sneaky DraftKings play at 8,900 in the range of like all these people that are high salary people. Her win condition, even in a decision, is just rinse and repeat takedowns. I think if she gets 5-6 takedowns and just has tons of control time and is throwing strikes, even in a decision, she's going to score like 110 points. I think there's better options on the slate, but in a 20 max, you have to have, like, I'd be overweight to the field on her, to be honest, because I think she's going to go crazy under-owned on a card with like Valentina and Shavkat and Bo and all this. So Let's see what you guys are talking about. Fuck the first 3 fights. As the Iron Sheik was like, fuck the first 3 fights. Baby Shark, yeah, she should win. I mean, Sean, it's this isn't about like who should win. It's these rebooked fights. Like we have Krylov Span getting rebooked in a couple of weeks on a card. And like I got that under such an insane price, and now it's gonna be like under 1.5 is gonna be like Bo Nickel fucking shit. Oh, and while you know what, before I get to the next fight, I'll check chat. But then I have a comment to make. I'm gonna slam somebody. Penn, yeah, I mean, Baby Shark rolls. Bosch, right? I mean, I get it. Like Dan Goldstein is the only way you can wave to Dan is with pink shit here. I think Penny double chance. I don't know what you're saving on that. Maybe it's 30, 40 cents, but it's very safe. Very safe. Yeah. I mean, it's very safe. Yeah, I mean, and this is where it's debatable. I think if this was like a fight night Hoboken card, Ricci probably gets a lot of ownership. I think she's going to be crazy in her own because like you look at the people around her and it's not even just like the high salaries around her. Like you look below her and it's like Simon, who we'll get to that in a second because I have a horrific take on that fight. But like Duplessis is 200 less than Ricci, and Duplessis is very finish dependent. Garbrandt 8,500, which is like insanity. Ricci ass tax is too high. I agree. 2 green still an atom weight. Yeah, yeah, maybe she does, but like, oh man, and then I'm just ignoring this part. So before I get to like, because I have so much to say about the Bo Nickel fight, before we go on, so look, I don't want to give Brady a heart attack running the channel, but we had a guy, and I'm not going to mention his name in the community. He writes for the Action Network. I can mention them. And he had the temerity to write an article saying that this next fighter on the card was Cameron Simon should be priced in the same range as Bo Nickel and as Valentina Shevchenko. Now, I'm not calling for this dude to get fired or lose his internet or because look, some of these guys in the space there's just and look, anybody watching this show, you know who these guys are. They have no accountability. If you follow my Twitter, I post all my losses, I post all my wins. And I'm like Bill Belichick. I win, I'm like on to San Diego. I lose, on to San Diego. I personally have the perspective that if I have to be an online persona, like a Twitter person, and you guys follow my picks and actually care what I bet, that I should be held accountable. We should all be held accountable. And the 3 people that work with me on this network, Wheezy, Brady, Monk, we all, if you look at all of our Twitter accounts, we are always accountable. So this fucking fool from the Action Network wrote an article saying that Cameron Simon should be minus 1,500 in this fight. A guy who's 7-0, a guy who lost the first round to Wang, a guy who lost the first round to Obi-Wan Shinobi the Pillow, and then fouled him, which completely influenced the fight. And he should be minus 1,500 here. Dude, you shouldn't have a job anymore, man. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to write an article next week on whatever the biggest underdog of the week and be like, and he's going to be one of these fucking bros. Hey, man, look, I called an underdog. You know what? I can tell you, I'm sorry if I'm misquoting this right now. I shouldn't because I've seen this movie so many times. I could put shit in a box and put a guarantee on it. Doesn't make it a good product. Dude, I don't give you guys hot takes for the sake of giving you hot takes. I give you guys takes for the sake of this is kind of how I feel about a fight. I hope, like, even nights I lose, I don't want you guys to lose money. So did Mana miss weight? He did by 2 pounds. Yeah, that dude's an idiot. And by the way, you guys, if you don't know who it is, just Action Network, guys. They're pros. They're all fucking pros. By the way, they give away like prop black belts. But not to the guy who does a prop show and hits every week. And not to the other prop show that's good, which is Narco Show. We don't get prop black belts. They're fools they're fools they know get prop black belts. But let's get back to, there you go. Aaron knows. Yeah. Oh, God, I love that fucking movie. But if you guys have never seen Tommy Boy, go watch that goddamn movie. I wish, I know my face is I wish I had the Frisbees. I'd fucking throw the Frisbees right now. So Madden missed weight by 2 pounds. He did. And Neil missed weight by, and we'll get to that fight too. I'm a little, I just can't mention his name. His name rhymes with Willie Board. There you go, Moyes. I love Moyes. By the way, if you guys aren't following Moyes, this is another fucking maniac. He's a fucking hysterical maniac in this space. Sprinkle the dry hair. So I'm gonna leave this up here. Oh, Ryan, welcome to the chat. I'm gonna leave this up here. So let's talk about Brady and what a horrible. So I've been a bad influence on Brady all year, and now I'm realizing he is now an equally bad influence on me, because all week I'm like, man, Martinez is the side easily. Simon, man, he gives away first rounds. He's raw. He's got talent. And Mana Martinez, I know he's frustrating, but I look at Mana Martinez and I'm like, man, that third round against Lawrence, that's a motherfucker that fought for my money. This motherfucker fought for my money. He came in heavy today and he looked like crap. So I'm pivoting my bet. I was going to bet Mana Martinez by split decision at plus 2,200. Total Lou bet, but I could see him winning a decision here. He looked, and I don't love looking at the weigh-ins, but man, he looked like fucking shit today, dude. So I'm playing fight doesn't go the distance here. You're getting a good price. I'm going to track this bet. We'll talk about my track bets as we go on. I've had none at this point, so I think Simon's going to get him out of there. I know Martinez has been tough, but man, he looked awful today. Mana looked awful. If you're going to bet Mana Martinez, bet him in the distance, bet him round 1 KO. He has no grappling, and he looks like he did not look good today to me. Look brutal. You can't bet Simon round 3 because it's plus 550. It's the worst round 3 line I've ever seen in my life. But I think fight doesn't go is a good look here. You're getting a decent number at it. As far as DraftKings goes, I mean, man, Simon's another guy at 8,800. He might go overlooked, but he's very KO dependent. Unless he goes to if Simon goes to the grappling, he's a fucking steal at 8,800. He's a good. You have to have some of Cameron Simon in your lineups. If you're gonna do a 20 max, I think you got to have him in 15, 20%, because his win condition is 112 points, 115 points. So Martinez, man, I would have said I loved him in my lineups, but not after today. So we're gonna move on from him. And now we're gonna get to some fights that I actually have money on, which is this fucking fool, Ian Machado Gary against Keenan Song. I'm gonna give a shout out to my friend Magic MMA, who brought out that Ian Gary brought his kid out to meet Song Kanan, and that's crazy psychological warfare. It is, dude. I have Gary by KO. I have a tracked bet on this. I have a rather decently sized bet on this. I got it at 135. I'm looking up what it is now. It's still 135. They're just setting Gary up here, man. They want him to get a finish. And for anybody that says, well, Gary hasn't gotten finishes in the UFC. The Darian Weeks fight, Darian Weeks just was hey, let's cage grab the whole time. And Gary was okay because he was winning minutes. And then the Gabe Green fight, man, I mean, Gary, most of their human beings would have been knocked the fuck out the way Gary fought that fight. Gabe Green's really tough. Song Kanan's going to bring a fight to him, and he's going to probably run into like a goddamn fist. Yeah, that's my dude right here. Yeah, I mean, I know, but I just want to give respect to my dude MMA Locker Room, who, by the way, did a great interview with Dumas, Enrique Dumas. An unbelievable interview on Pub Sports. Check. I mean, feel free to, dude, promote this interview in my chat, dude. It was good. It was excellent. We interview people, and I interview Cody Brunson where I can like sass that motherfucker. My dude. They did a great interview with Enrique Dumas, dude. Very cool. Very, very cool. Unless I'm like misspeaking his name, then I apologize. Yeah, respect. He's a good dude. Locker room's a good dude. By the way, he comes into Wiz's shit and gives Wiz respect, but not his co-host. There we go. So I have Gary by K here, minus 135. I think Gary in the first 2 rounds is a good look. Like, he's going to just murder this fucker. This is a setup fight. Like, this is, like, literally, there's no reason to make this fight. Like, Song Kanan is a step down from Gabe Green. It's a goddamn terrible fight. It's Gary to be like, and then cringe dance. Like, can we bet the cringe dance? Is that here? Yeah. Hey, he's great. Oh, my dude. Mason. By the way, if you want to see a motherfucker that looks like Tom Brady, go watch Mason and Dave Millhouse. Dave Millhouse looks like, me. He looks ridiculously awful. But Mason looks like Tom Brady. And like, I like it, but also I hate him. There we go. Danny Betts, what's up, dude? Danny, I hope you're not. Danny, you should be humiliated that I'm beating you. Also in the contest, go check out, if you guys are boxing fans, go check out Danny's shit, dude. Man, like, Danny is a fucking sharp with boxing, man. Posts all his content for free on YouTube or on Twitter. He does a lot of the gram. Dude, check out Danny's boxing shit. Like, dude, he's fucking sharp too, man. Dude, my guy, Effie, what's up? Effie's my dude. Gary with the angles. I think it's only a matter of time before he knocks him the fuck out. All right. Far. Here we go. Now we got the Twitter war. We got Marquez and Barrial. Man, my dude Cody from Blood Money MMA Bats. He's big on Marquez. Most people are on Barrial. I'm just gonna tell you how I played this fight. And hopefully y'all, if you feel like throwing some spirit change at this, I have this fight to end in round 3 at plus 500. Either Barrialt drowns him because Marquez is like not great at the fight, or Marquez meme toehold subs Barrialt like he's done. Of note, Barrialt's training camp changed. He's fighting at a higher elevation now, and Marquez has trained with porn stars, if you know what I'm saying. All right. So I think the cardio is not going to be a problem. It's more about the meme sub. So this fight to end in round 3 is plus 500. I love it. I think it's the only way this fight can end is like horse shit decision. And strangely enough, from DraftKings, I want no goddamn part of this fight because Barrialt's going to land like 90 strikes. And even in a win, he's going to score like 80. And Marquez is going to do nothing and then win and score like Blagoy points, like 62 in a win. So like total fade for me. I'm rooting for meme finish. I do not advise you bet this fight. Like, you can't. Barrial on paper is like so much better. But like, and like, let's be honest. He's a fucking Canadian. Name me the last tough Canadian. Exactly. Let's move on. Sorry, looking at chat. Nobody's making a comment about my nationalism. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to, Danny. Danny. Wait to see what I do tonight. Danny, if you think I'm getting passive, I'm betting nonsense. That's all I'm gonna do is bet nonsense. I'm gonna drown you fools. Mark only been knocked out once. Hey man, look. I'm gonna leave this up here, Sean. It's not like you're making a bad point. Let's explain like the whole how Roman Dolidze is won all these fights. He wins by like meme flying toe hold. That's how Marquez wins. Like he wins by like weird fucking shit. So yeah, I mean, Moise is a goddamn genius. This is the kind of content I am here for. And I am a straight male that likes whammon. Sprinkle the draw. I don't have it as a Yambag, but you're never gonna get me to tell you not to bet a fucking draw, dude. Like I love it. Marquez is at Factory X. He is with Cody Brundage, and he's with my boys. Which strangely enough, like I reached out to Cody, and he's like, "I can't give you betting advice," and I gave him some rejoinders that are not appropriate. You know, I'm realizing now that like running the show solo, I can't like have a goddamn cigarette break, babe. She's not listening. I just don't. I need a cigarette break, but it's all right. Pass for me, absolutely. Mike Malott. This is. I mean, I think Canada got enough wins this week, and maybe by KO. I mean, if you like them by KO, you have to think it's late though. Like, right? Like, you know, he's not getting it for it's the Lou and Lou show. Yes. Hello, Papa Chuck. MAB is a great play on DK. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. If I look at Barry Alt wins, Jordan Wright, 101 points, but Jordan Wright is like charity. Dalcha, 128, great win. Or 128 strikes, 80 points. Azatar 132, you got a KO, and he was beating Azatar's ass that whole fight. The problem is you need Barry Alt to be like 3 rounds of dominance because you're not getting takedown equity. But at his price, you have to have some of him. I think you have to have some Marquez here too. Blame Canada. Yeah. If I can get JCVD on this channel, I'll retire. That's all I need. Over 1.5. Hey, man, a lot of people hit this early in the week. It was like easy. Lioness is tough. Yeah, but he got him by sub, and I had him. By the way, if you guys aren't watching, props to consider and then maybe bet. Motherfucker should be watching that show because I predicted Malott sub. I had Suarez round 2 sub. I loved the Malott sub there. Shambags. Rob Lawrence in the house. What's up, my friend? Mushroom telling you smashed a like. I agree. And Jenna saying hello. All right, let's move on. Now, I have a strong take on this one. Arujau and Ribas. I will keep this short and sweet. Arujau's a sneaky DK play here. I have a bet on Arujau. I'm big on Arujau. I'm really like worried because my dude Shark is like gives that a free play every week, and he's like killing it. And he's big on Ribas here, but simply put, Ribas shouldn't be fighting at 125. She's not going to have a strength advantage. She's not going to be able to arm triangle or like fucking head choke throw Arujau here like she's been known to do. Anybody who says she beat Chuk has never watched a Chukagian fight. Did she win that fight? Probably. Have you ever watched a Chukagian fight? I mean, it's what Chuk does. That ref, first of all, Kyle Marley, legend. Keep an eye on that ref. That ref is Mark Smith. And Mark Smith is the equivalent of every Philadelphia police officer in the world where you can murder a human being and they're going to be like, well, stop. But if you double parked, you're going to jail. You could yambag the fuck out of somebody 9 times and not get a call. He literally took a point on like, well, I think he was bitten because Alves told me. It's bizarre fucking shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck Mark Smith is doing in the UFC anymore. He used to be an okay ref. Right now, Jason Herzog is a fantastic referee. Mark Smith's making Herb Dean look like a fucking pro. Like, it's unbelievable. Kerry Hatley stinks. These guys are like, Jason Herzog took a point in a Selecki fight when Selecki had position and still took a point without stopping the action. He's a pro referee. I'm very curious how Frank Trigg will look if they let Frank Trigg keep reffing, because I kind of like what I see from him. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you know who would be a worse ref than Frank Trigg? I'm looking at you, Frank Shamrock. You would not be a good referee. R.I.P. Norm McDonald. You'd appreciate that. All right. So I have a pretty big bet on Viv here. I think she's the more powerful fighter. I don't know how Ribas takes her to the ground. I also have a prop to consider, and then I did bet on Araujo getting her out of there. I know Araujo doesn't have like a lot of KOs and finishes recently, but man, I don't like the way Ribas gets hit. And Araujo, this isn't like Chukagian hitting you with where she's going to pitter patter you. Araujo hits like a motherfucker, and her cardio the last two fights, 5-round fight against Grasso, her cardio looked fantastic. She was live in that fight to the point of my consternation. Pissed me off because I had a bet on Grasso, like getting it done late. Araujo looked very good. I like her here very easily. Small poke on the in distance prop at 4-1. I love her. I got that. My dude Rob. I mean, if it goes to split, I kind of think like Araujo just wrecks her. Like, I really do. I really do. Yeah. If she's by the way, if she's 46, call you boy. It's 45. Call you boy. Babe, can you hear me? She's got her headphones in. Viv, call you boy. Don't worry about her nonsense. It's facts. Yeah, I'm a fact spit machine. You know what this is? This is Truth Zone, bitches. Truth Zone, bitches. He is currently the worst. I can't change your mind. Mark Smith is. I mean, I don't. Mark Smith. Dude, Danny knows, dude. But Danny, if you double park, you fucking go to jail, dude. Like, you double park, the fuck out of here. Nope. Trust me, I double parked it. They sassed me more for double parking than smoking the fucking joint on the goddamn street. That's another story for another time. But Philly cops are bad. Oh, this guy, JH. I don't know who Snackapov is. I don't know who JH is. This seems like a fraud account. I'll never talk to him again on Twitter. All right. Seems like an all right dude. Snack, I'll talk to you soon. Here we go. Now we're into the fucking meat. All right, so 100% DFS rostered this fight. Rostered both sides. Can Brunson win by decision? I guess. Can Brunson win by first round, ground and pound, or sub? Yes. Can Brunson win by late submission? 100%. And can Duplessis win by like hilarious Duplessis KO? Yes. All things are on the table here. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I have a massive, massive tracked bet on this fight not going the distance and the Bo Nickel under 1.5. I like the Duplessis side here because he's been good to me. But I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. I hit a massive bet on Brunson against Darren Till. Round 3 sub plus 2,200. His sub props in this fight are fucking bonkers. Round 2 sub is 35-1. Round 3 is plus 5,000. I favored Duplessis in this fight. But my God, I cannot ignore like plus 5,000 round 3 sub. Brunson on Duplessis, who has breathing problems, who's shown his cardio is not great. I mean, if this thing hits the third round, Brunson, like it's like I've already thrown $10 on Brunson round 3 sub. like to win $500. You can't ignore this kind of bet for a dude who's already pulled round 3 subs out of his butthole. And yeah, he's 39. Like, you're looking at the Cannonier fight, like that he gassed, but I don't know, man. Like, you give me plus 5,000 for a round 3 sub with a guy who has submissions against a guy who's been sub. It's a poke, man. Like, it's a poke. Like, absolutely. So Sean's saying awful play on DK, and like, you know, Sean's my dude, and he's got like strong opinions, and I understand that. Sean, here's my counter to you, because I'm like massive on DDP, and for you guys that watch wrestling, if Cage my IQ still here, feel the bang. The problem is you have to find relief with some like cheap salaries on this slate. Excuse me. And if Brunson does win or even has like a couple of decent rounds, he gives you takedown equity. He's not an awful play. But he's going to be his ownership's going to be crazy high owned because people are going to look at his salary and like what he can do. I don't think he's a terrible play. I'll be underweight to him, but I get why people are playing him, is what I'm saying. And I was saying he does, especially in a first round finish. He has like a fucking massive ceiling. But who's Bo Nickel? Well, I don't know who that is, but I mean, Brunson, if this fight goes decision, it's probably Brunson getting a lot of takedowns. I favor more Sean, like, right. I think Duplessis just like kind of fucking rolls him, to be honest. Like, but I'm saying is I understand why, like on this slate with like if you look at the cheap options and because Sean's like, dude, I love Sean because he's passionate. Like, but if you let's look at the cheap option on the slate, guys. Grasso at 6,800, like you're never playing her. Song Kanan 6,900, like he's actually worth like 5% because like at least he's gonna go for it. Jeff Neal at 7K, and we'll get to that fight soon. Blackshirt at 7,100. I don't think he gets finished. So like he has his floor is okay. Ribovics we talked about. Penny we talked about. Manny Martinez we talked about. But like we're talking about like people that are like probably gonna get their asses kicked. And at least with Brunson, like even if he gets his ass kicked in the second round, he's still putting up like some points. So it's a hard slate for like that cheap option if you want to get to like people guillotine. I mean, like I'm telling you right now, you got to take a poke on Brunson round 3 at plus 5,000 odds. Like you're crazy not to. Like you're crazy not to like throw $5. I make that in a week. Throw $5 on it. Take down. I mean, he could. Like, look, and by the way, like I mentioned this on my prop show, Derek Brunson, 9-1 against white guys. But also, DDP is from South Africa. And I'm pretty sure he was the star of Homeland for the first 3 seasons before Claire Danes killed him. So there's a lot going on with this fucking fight, man. Like, a lot going on. He does. Dreykus has like a fucking nose thing. It's weird. Like, he's D. All right, let's move on from this. Diamond Dallas getting money. Right. I am, you know what? I can't even sing the song I was going to sing. I don't want to offend anybody that's going to be funny about it. And I realize that's probably no bueno. Jesus fucking Christ. So Cody and Trevin Jones. All right, look. Very simple. This fight ends 3 ways for me. Cody's old school. Trevin Jones bonks him because Cody's chin's fucked. Or Cody wins a grinded decision. I have a prop on the Cody Garbrandt decision. I'm playing none of this in DraftKings. Fade this completely. I have nothing more to say. If you're on Trevin Jones, do not take him money line. He has no decision equity here. That's all I have to tell you, people. Trevin Jones is won like maybe 1 minute in the UFC. Every win he has, he's losing till he wins. just take Trevin Jones by KO or by in the distance. Like, there's no. This is the perfect. Yes. Like, and just so you guys know, this is also my Yambag special. It's Switch versus Orthodox. And I could see this being a Yambag on like the fourth strike of the fight. I mean, I don't know how Trevin Jones, like, if Cody Garbrandt is smart, he'll throw one punch and it'll be at the 14:59 mark of this fight, and he'll win. Trevin Jones doesn't throw any offense unless it's a counter. He doesn't initiate wrestling like Trevin Jones' win condition is he counters Cody and fucking knocks him out. So, like, if you like Trevin Jones taken by KO, I was gonna bet Cody decision only at -125, and then it got blown up before I got the bet, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm off this. Just lay off this. And if, by the way, and if you like Trevin Jones here, don't bet it yet. There's another fight we're gonna get to in a little bit. A lot of casual money is going to come in on Cody Garbrandt. He's a name. So if you like Trevin Jones, just wait till like 10 minutes before the fight and take him by KO. Like, just wait. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Let the money come in on Cody Garbrandt and just wait on Trevin Jones. No money's coming on Trevin Jones to, like, fuck this lineup. So, like, that's what you're going to do. Yeah, I mean, if like, literally that's his money line. I mean, if you guys can tell me how, like, we had a guy in the chat on Aaron the other day. I won't mention his name. He's a guy that, as Norm Macdonald would say, he's a guy and he thinks he's a guy and he's still a guy. And he thinks he's a fucking pro gambler. Like, all these motherfuckers think they're pro gamblers on Twitter. Dude, I've been gambling for fucking 20 some years. I'm not a pro gambler. I'm a gambler. I'm not a pro gambler. I'm not like a DM for VIP. I'm not like a fucking sharp. I'm a guy that likes to gamble. And, like, I don't know if you guys understand this. Like, when I do shows during the week, it helps me and helps them just as much as it helps you guys. Like, we're just people talking about fights and, like, trying to put the puzzle together. Like, I'm never telling you, like, oh, this is a fucking thing. Like, it's crazy that people, like, are so confident. And there's a dude in the chat. There's a dude in my friend's chat that mentioned that Trevin was a lock and that it wouldn't surprise him to win minutes. And I saw the comment and I'm like, okay, can you give me an example of Trevin Jones ever winning minutes? Find me an example of Trevin Jones. Like, we're all, like, all you guys in chat, like, all that, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're trying to put the pieces together to make the right bet. Trevin Jones is not a minute winner. And he literally has like an 18-fight career that proves it. Like, and he's like, well, I can see it happening. I'm like, okay, well, saying I can see it happening is not empirical evidence. Like, Wheezy is stat guy in the company, and I'm like the way I break down fights is more like this is the script. But Wheezy and I, like, when we talk about fights, like we combined our brain power. Telling me that Trevin Jones is a minute winner is a false fallacy. Like, we literally have empirical evidence. So when this genius says this kind of shit, I'm like, well, dude, I mean, I can go into chats and say stupid shit, but I don't. He literally never won a goddamn minute. He won rounds. I don't know. He won rounds. I mean, I've watched that fight like fucking 4 times. I don't think he won rounds there. This is a guy who, like, in his literally, like, go watches all of his tape. He's losing till he wins. Like, I mean, I don't tell you, like, hey man, if you like, hey, first of all, Black Irish Shaman is a tremendous. I'm putting this back up because that is a tremendous screen name, and I love that. And thank you for tuning in. I just don't know how he wins minutes. Like, how does this fight play out where Trevin Jones wins minutes? If it's on the feet, it's going to be like 3 strikes to 2. And if it's on the ground, it's because Cody is initiating it. Trevin Jones is very much like a counter wrestler and like a counter striker. So I'm like off this. I have a little. I do love the nickname. It's great. Like I have a poke on the Cody decision because it's such a nonsense thing. But, like, for DraftKings purposes, it's Jones or nothing. Like, he's great salary relief too, because in all fairness, like, I don't think Jones gets finished here. Like, and he may get some reversals, and his floor is like all right, but like, I don't know. All right. Oh shit balls! Buckle up, hose. Jamie Pickett versus Bo Nickel. Now, I'm just gonna cut this out right now. I'm not like any of your fucking internet conspiracists saying that Jamie Pickett has a fucking chance. Bo Nickel's only had 2.5 minutes. Look, I got Bo Nickel round one submission at plus 140. I have his under parlayed with tons of shit. I have his round one prop parlayed with tons of shit. I love Bo Nickel here. I just want to tell you this right now. So I'm going to spend this time telling you this. Anybody that you've seen on the internet, any Twitterati, sorry guys, my hair is like getting long, which is weird to not have much hair and it's still getting long. It's weird. It's awful. That's why I'm wearing a hat. That's why I'm doing if you guys are like, I don't know if you guys are It's Always Sunny. I'm doing a Richard Ricker thing right now. I'm a bro, you're a bro. I'm a bro. And I got Gablogian hanging out with me. Bo Nickel's gonna fucking destroy him. He's gonna literally murder this motherfucker, like with his penis or submission, like probably penis. And I think that Bo Nickel is going to be the champion within a year. I called it on the show 8 months ago. I said he's going to defeat Khamzat Chimaev for the title. I'm not changing anything. He is the future of our sport. He is the best athlete. I have personally never been fucking more excited for a fight ever. I've never been more excited for a debut. I confirm that. Never been more excited for a debut in the UFC than this fight. I've never been more excited. He is literally like a better Brock Lesnar. Or if you prefer, maybe Cage will get this. He's Bork Laser. He is this dude is the greatest fighter we've ever seen, and he's making his debut. I don't care how bad this looks. If he doesn't win, I don't give a fuck. I'll quit YouTube. It's fine. This is the start. Jamie Pickett made the mistake of weighing in. Now, I want to let you guys know that I had something prepared, which would have been for my private channel, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek because I have to. So had Jamie Pickett not weighed in, or I wanted to bet like Jamie Pickett was going to weigh in and be like, here's my pay. I'm going to Alaska FC right now, and I'm never showing up for this fight. I was going to go on my private channel as an old character of mine, the Aluminum Sheik, who is the Iron Sheik's nephew. And I was going to rail about how Jimmy Pickett, you are worse than the Raisin Balls Virgil. You're worse than that blonde jabroni Hulk Hogan. I can't say the rest because I know Brady will censor it, but like I was gonna do like a whole Sheik thing, and I go from a Greco thing to a Sheik thing. There's a lot of moving parts here, but so the pick is Bo Nickel. He should be in 100% of your UFC, your DFS lineups, because he's gonna literally like win by murder. And I hope his next fight is there's only one guy I don't want Bo to fight, and that's GM3. That's because I fucking love GM3. Can that fight be bypassed? I never wanted to fight GM3. He wants to go murder everybody else. Great. Just leave GM3 alone. That's my fucking dude, man. Like, that's my fucking guy. Bo is going to just absolutely murder everybody in front of him for the rest of his career until he gets bored. He's going to be the greatest fighter in the history of the UFC. I'm here for it. And even though I didn't go there, my girlfriend did, my buddy Tommy did, I'm just going to say it. If Danny Lags ever watched this, we are. My prediction is Bo Nickel. Let's move on. Mateusz Gamrot against Jalen Turner. I will make this one quick. You should have. Yeah. Drew. Only where he scores. Well, the big problem on DK is that everybody's going to own him. This is like Khabib. Like, you kind of have to own him because, like, can you find two people like they're going to score equal enough to like balance it? Like, I'm with you. Like, I get it. He's gonna fucking murder this fucker. Like, sorry, man. So I love Turner on DK is a great play. Yeah, if you're gonna play DraftKings, I mean, I think this is Turner or bust for DraftKings purposes. I think you have to. I like the Turner side based on the price. I think this is a little bit of recency bias. I don't know what to make of Gamrot. Like, I'm 0 for Gamrot in my life. Like, I don't think he won. He didn't win the Armin fight. And I had him against Benny, and like, what a fucking mistake. There were some really high level grappling exchanges in that fight with Benny. Like, I mean, that was go back and watch the Dariush Gamrot fight. Like, it's not a fight for people that are casual fans of UFC. Like, and none of you guys are that are watching. Like, I know you're not. Like, but like, man, that was some high level fucking shit. Like, some of those grappling exchanges are just like you're seeing things you don't usually say. Benny did a move. He escaped from him by like this weird move. I think it's called like the turtle, the octopus. But Benny did a reversal on him where he slipped his leg through his legs as he was turning over, and like he got Gamrot off base for like 1 split second. Like, man, Dariush is like so good, man. He's such a high level grappler. I can't fault Gamrot for like that fight. But like, I don't know that Turner should be this big of a dog in any fight against a guy who doesn't immediately take it to the ground. And we saw with Gamrot against Sarukian, he was kind of happy to dick around the feet for a little longer than he needed to. I don't want to like talk great about Turner's grappling because he's not like winning with his grappling. He's fighting strikers and he's bonking them and then submitting them on the ground. He's not like getting these grappling wars. Like, he's fighting dudes that he could like just own on the ground after he's hurt him. If this becomes like a high level grappling thing, it becomes really interesting because I think Turner's live for a sub in a lot of their positions. But Turner quit alcohol in September, and I've talked to him a little bit like on DMs. I'm like, this fucker's focused, man. I think at the price he's worth a poke. It's hard to bet Gamrot at this price. But like, if you like Gamrot, I'd wait because I think people are going to start hitting Turner as the event goes on. Like, I think you'll get Gamrot at a better price tomorrow than today. So for DFS, they both have some upside, but I just don't love Gamrot at the price. I love Turner at the price. And Gamrot's never been finished, but like, even a decision, Turner could pay off a salary like really easily. Like, a reversal on the ground and ground control. You give like one massive round. He's paying off that salary big time. So the pick is Turner. I don't have a bet on it yet. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I love gambling. I'm a fucking degenerate. Like, I may just watch this one and be like, it feels like a trap to bet Turner, but I favor Turner if I'm going to give you a pick to gamble on. So, yeah, I mean, my buddy Tommy, like, look, I went up against Penn and deserve what I got, and he's not just speaking for him. He's speaking for his kid, Tommy Jr., who has choked me out at the restaurant multiple times. He's a big Benny fan. So, yeah, I got what I was coming to me here. Like, Eagles got Turner all day. I mean, I get it, man. Like, I fucking get it. Like, Darius caught him. I know, but like, man, Benny is really good, man. Like, is he the most under? Like, he's gonna have to like fight everybody. Like, if he beats Oliveira, is Dana White going to be like, all right, well, now I got to fight like, it's unbelievable. Like, give him his time. I know he's not like sexy for pay-per-view appeal. So you know what you do? You make them the fucking co-main. Just make him the co-main against them. Because Dariush deserves this, man. And if he loses to Oliveira, it sucks, man. Because he deserved his run. I think Turner does wrestle like shit. I've said but I'm worried that on the feet, man, like Turner probably has more power. I mean, Kudalazzi knocked Garbrandt down, like, and couldn't finish him. But Turner, if he knocks him down, he's fucking dead. It's a tricky fight, man. Like, yeah. The only reason I'm saying like I don't love him on DK is the price, because I don't think he's going to get multiple takedowns around. Like, if Garbrandt gets like takedown, like he and kind of just stays at minds his P's and Q's for 89. Like, if Garbrandt was, I think against Jeremy Stevens, he was like 8,200. I was like, oh my God. And he scored like 9 million points. I loved it. Guillotine, yeah, I guess. I mean, Gamrot's like, dude, this is such a high level fight. I just think the price, it's Turner or pass for me. And I mean, it's weird because I mean, Turner's been finished in all his losses. Gamrot's haven't been finished, but tricky. Yeah, if he times it right, that's a good look. Yeah, I mean, Benny. By the way, I think this is very, very important. He really did make him look like a scrub. Benny, yeah, and I know that Tommy Touchy will be at that event. I will be at that event. And I know that like my boy Propaholic's not in the chat. When I say my boy, I mean I'm glad he's not in the chat, because he annoys the shit out of me. And if he's there, he's gonna not be happy that I'm there. Sorry for that. All right, where are we at? Where are we? Shavkat. All right, let's make this one quick with Shavkat. Sorry, guys. I mean, 31 of you live. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with me. I appreciate that. Jeff Neal looked like goddamn ass at the weigh-ins. First time he's ever weighed in heavy. That's fine. Also, he knows what the fuck he's doing here. He knows he's dead. I have a parlay heavily tracked with Shavkat and Valentina fights, both getting out of the first round. I got like plus 103 on it, plus something. Yeah, I also have a bet on Shavkat round 2 submission. I like Shavkat round 2, round 3 in the distance. I think it's only a matter of time. Neal's a tough dude, but oh my God, dude, Shavkat's wave of the future. This is the night of like, you're going to see some special shit. Jeff Neal's takedown defense in the UFC, 85%. Like, it's very good. And he's stuffed. I know he stuffed Bilal a ton. Bilal has like slower, more technical entries. Shavkat's so fucking explosive that I don't know. All Shavkat needs to do is get one takedown here. He is going to, I mean, it's just a matter of time, but I got fight doesn't start round 2 at minus 175, and now it got blown up. I really just think Shavkat in the distance. It's minus 150 on DraftKings. You know, yeah, this is, you know what? I mean, I'm done after this. This is the most accurate comment that can be made. The only thing I'm going to add to this is if Keith Peterson is the ref, look out. Because I know that Peterson and Neal are like kind of weird friends. They're like weird drinking buddies. And no nonsense Peterson might be Keith full nonsense Peterson. He might give Jeff Neal 5 minutes to, you all right? You all right? Like Jeff Neal will die and he'll be like, you all right? All right. Very simple for this co-main event, Shevchenko Grasso. I just mentioned I had fight starts round 2 in a parlay. Shevchenko is going to get her out of there. Grasso, who I like, every measurable favor Shevchenko. Grasso, I know her grappling's improved. There's no way she's going to grappling here. She's going to need to strike. She's going to need to stay out of range. She's not going to be able to do it. Shevchenko's going to crucifix her. I have props on her round 3, round 4. I have 100%. I'll put this up. I have 100% of her in DraftKings. I'm almost fading Shavkat to get to her. She is the most dependable DraftKings entry ever. All she does is like wreck bitches. She couldn't finish Priscilla Cachoeira. She just beat her senseless, and she scored 160 points that day. She just annihilates people. She does it on the feet. She does it in decisions. She does it in finishes. She does it on the ground. She's going to put up massive points. If you're playing cash game, if she has to be in 100% of your cash game line. You're not winning a cash game without putting her in. She is the most dependable roster spot you can get. Play her in all your lineups and play her in GPPs. You cannot ignore her. I think she wins by round 3 knockout. I have a massive prop on her round 3, round 4 at plus 600. DK doesn't let you choose the methods for the round grouping. FanDuel does. I want to lay off like the sub KO stuff, man. She's going to beat her however it comes to her. But Shevchenko is going to remind the world is like sleeping on her right now, and it's fucking crazy to me that people are ignoring her. Her ceiling is, yeah. I mean, if you think that, that's great, but even in a decision win, she's going to score like 140 points. A 5-round fight. She's going to fucking score a ton. A ton. All right, now let's get to the main event. And all you guys have hung out with me. Thank you so much. So I have a tracked bet on this fight. I have Dan Hamilton. I think I know who Dan is on Twitter. Yeah, I under 4.5. I mean, I like that too. I mean, her in the distance is like minus 150. If you got that, that's even better. You get both sides. Yeah, yeah, she is, dude. People are like, you don't think everybody's like, well, Valentina's getting older, she doesn't care. Dude, she fucking cares, man. I think Valentina's gonna go hard ass motherfucker in this fight. Jon Jones, Cyril Gane. I will make this as brief as I can. I've seen a lot of hot takes out there this week that Jones gets it done with a submission. I haven't seen any takes that Gane gets it done. I think Cyril Gane wins by decision. If you're on the Jones side, look, man, if you're on the Jones side, bet it now. Like literally just hammer it now. Because the longer this goes, if you like Gane like I do, all the casual, and me saying casual money is not an insult to anybody that likes Jones. I want to make this very clear. When this fight card starts, people that are at the bar that want to bet are going to do two things. They're going to bet Jon Jones, or people that are drunker are going to wait till the co-main and they're going to parlay Valentina and Jon Jones to get plus money. I'm just telling you. So if you like Jon Jones, you bet him now. You have to bet him now. Or you bet him a week ago or whatever. The price is only going to get worse for Jon Jones. I think Cyril Gane may get to plus 190 or plus 200 by fight time. I honest to God believe he's going to get no money. I have no bet on Gane yet. I plan on betting Gane. But what I do have tracked and have bet is this fight ends in split decision at plus 500. Jones plus 800, Cyril Gane plus 1,200. I think this fight is dicey. I think that Jon Jones, if you look at the two advantages he's had in his career, a speed advantage and an ability to put this fight wherever he wants. I still think that Jon Jones, as he works his way into this fight, will have the ability to put this fight where he wants. If he wants to go for trips on Gane, I think he will be able to do it. Gane can be training takedown defense. What Jon Jones does is not traditional takedowns. His takedowns are sudden. They're amazing. They're unconventional. That being said, Jon Jones in his career has always had a speed advantage. He does not have a speed advantage here. Cyril Gane is being slept on here crazy, disrespectfully. The guy is fast as shit. If you're going to bet this fight, and I know you don't want to bet fights where you have to clench your butthole, but We have a 40 fight sample size of neither one getting finished. Jones has only been finished by a DQ. He's never been finished in the cage. The court system can't finish Jones. Or as that old commercial went with Penny, you can't guard me. The Secret Service couldn't guard me. Nobody can stop Jones, man. The courts, pregnant women, the dude's like, he just literally runs it everywhere the fuck he wants to do. And Gane, he's 11-1. I get it. Like, I get the experience disadvantage, but like, dude got tagged by Tua and he held up. And Jones ain't like tagging him. Like, if you're gonna bet Jones by finish, I'd bet him by sub. I wouldn't bet him by KO. If Tua couldn't knock Gane out, Jones ain't knocking Gane out. But I think this thing goes distance. And if you don't think Gane's been working on his takedown defense and his grappling since like the day after that fight, you don't know Gane, man. This dude's a serious athlete. He's a modest dude. He's a competitor. I think Gane is coming like ready for war. I favor Gane. If you're me and you like the Gane side, I'm waiting to like an hour before the fight because I'm telling you, you're gonna get a crazy good price on Gane here. Look, if you love John Jones, that's great. Gane should not be plus 180, plus 190 when this fight goes off. There's no way. Don't give me a guy that hasn't fought in 3 years. Up 60 pounds? Stop it. So all I would tell you guys is do not bet Jones like you're expecting Jones from years ago. Like it's crazy. Like you can't. Like and one last thing on this before I let you guys go. How do we know that Jones' cardio is going to be good for 5 rounds? We don't. Like, and this isn't a knock on Jones. He's 60 pounds heavier than last time he fought in the cage. I don't know that he has heavyweight cardio. Like, we don't know. I know that Gane does. Like, Gane didn't have bad cardio against Ngannou. Gane had a horrible game plan. One that you have to know. He's like, never again. Like, never again am I doing this. So we will see. I'm just excited for that. And like, like my main worry about this fight is it's going to be like a slog, and like it might be like 2-3 rounds of like fucking horse shit, but it might be. Sorry, just catching up with some of you guys in the chat. Yeah, I know I really think if Jones can get the trips going, like it's dangerous, but I don't know, man. All right, first of all, Jones didn't have a nickname. Mark Henry from wrestling had that nickname. Well, I don't want to talk about 3.5 inches. Let's talk to my girlfriend. Know what I'm saying? That's right. I'll give it 2 or 3 times to get 3.5 inches. Ayo! All right, we're done here. I have no Norm Macdonald jokes. I have nothing left. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much. My pilot, I'm piloting the ship alone tonight. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps my cohorts, Monk, Brady, and Wheezy so much. Tons of good content out there. Lou Betya on Twitter. I'm promoting like tons of people. I really do love the community. I love all you guys. Most of you guys I see in the chat, I interact with all the time. Lauren Williams is another person who is in a lot of chats. Give shout out to Lauren. She's great. I will be on Brady's channel in 30 minutes for the best bet competition, where somehow I'm the clubhouse leader after 2 weeks against all these great cappers. They should be embarrassed. They should be Professor Chaos. Acknowledge me. Guys, good luck this weekend on your bets. Please tune in to Brady's show in half an hour where you can hear all the goddamn same shit I just said again. But in shorter spurts. Go support Brady. He's my fucking brother. Love him. Go watch Wheezy's Greasy 4-legger, even though he didn't come in chat, even though he doesn't give a fuck about what I say. Go support Wheezy. Go support all Monk shit. If you love DraftKings, you watching his shit with Marley is a must, even though it's not on our channel. Watch his shit with Marley in the kill shot. Monk is a goddamn fucking genius. Good luck on your bets. I'll see you guys next week for props to consider on Wednesday. Good luck, guys. Goodbye.